Hey there, aspiring guitarist. I know the holidays are upon us. I've already done a couple videos, and I said I was going to do more about buying beginner guitars. Um, so I want to tell you about a Black Friday experience I had. Um, Funny how Black Friday seems to last a week, 2 weeks before, and then continues after and blends into Cyber Monday and whatever. That's marketing. So there was an online deal, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm not going to mention the online retailer. I'm not going to mention the brand of the guitar. Um, but it seemed like a heck of a deal, and it was a heck of a deal for what you got, kinda, sorta. So let me explain. And it wasn't this. This is one that I've recommended before. The little Yamaha Student Guitar Edition, along with some others that I've covered before that come from a name brand. I've talked about how some of the Enya carbon fibers, are great little starter guitars. That Fender Squier debut Stratocaster, this Yamaha, some other ones. But there's a point to this video, and I bought this as an experiment. Now, it's just a one experiment, but I see comments. I see fellow YouTubers, other people I know in the guitar that pretty much go the same way. As y'all know, I've even bought some build your own guitar DIY projects and shared that with you. I've got one that I left hanging because I had other things go on with my garage that kept me from finishing it, but that'll come later. So, this around Black Friday deal. It was an electric Les Paul body shaped guitar. Had a couple of humbucker pickups in it. It was a junior model, so it only had a volume and a tone. But it was a whole bundle. I mean, it had a gig bag. It had a strap. It had a little tiny chromatic tuner. It had picks. It had a set of strings. And a polishing cloth, and the truss rod key. And so I bought it. It was under $60. It was an unbelievable. And let me tell you right off the bat, it was packaged well. It was boxed up. It had the white wrap around it. It had the stuff, the parchment type paper on the strings. It had everything you see other online shippers do. Everything worked. The three switches worked for from the rhythm down to the treble and in the middle. The volume worked. The tone worked. The action on the strings was, for the one I got, was literally horrible as being generous. It was horrible. Now, I always recommend when you make truss rod adjustments that you do them in quarter turns, know which way you're going. The neck was bowed so badly. And remember, this is not the guitar. This is a good guitar. But the neck was bowed so badly that the middle sagged down here. In other words, I could look down the guitar, and it was easy to see that the guitar was bowed horribly. I wound up making 2 full revolutions with the truss rod just to get the neck back somewhat straight with no relief. And then I started from there trying to fix it. And I'm not even talking about intonation. Intonation was horrible. I did adjust the bridge. It was way too high. This turned into a going on 3-hour ordeal. And I don't profess to be a luthier. I never have. But I do know how to, get buzz out of a electric guitar. And, if I've got time, I fool with it and I play with it and I do what I need to do. I was absolutely sick of this by 3 hours. At this point, I was like, well, at least I got a gig bag, a little dinky tuner, some picks. Somebody could mod this out. So what's my point? Well, my point is this. I have seen this very guitar had reviews. It was all over the place. Well, mine came with pretty good action. Well, mine didn't. Mine did. Mine did. Mine didn't. Mine was horrible. Mine wasn't so bad. I only had to adjust the truss rod a couple quarter turns. Blah, 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 blah. Went on and on and on. But if you don't know how to do any of that, then this under $60 guitar going back to a guitar shop, depending on what they charge for a setup, and I'm not even going to go there, but I know that a lot of them are $50+. So now you're well over $100. Plus your time. Plus it's the holidays. Are you even going to get it back? I know a couple of my local guitar shops are so far backed up, they tell you right up front, if you drop something off for a setup, they're like, it's going to be after Christmas. And they have no choice. So does that mean that Squire debut, Fender Squire debut that came out April 1st of this year for $119, and I saw it as a Black Friday deal for $99, that's what you should buy? Not necessarily. The one I bought right after they came out with it, man, it was golden. I've heard other people talk about how good it was, but my point is, even the ones that said they had to make an adjustment, it was a slight adjustment. I don't want to put... I was going to give this guitar to a relative of mine to give to someone that was starting a guitar journey, and I'm not going to do it. I am not going to put a guitar... Now, this person already is playing guitar. And I'm certainly, and wanted an electric, I'm certainly not going to put a guitar that won't stay in tune, that the action on the strings you have to press down is horrible. I can hear the mindspin, change the strings, do this, do that, do the other. No. If you want to do that, it's your guitar journey, or you're helping someone guitar journey. I was willing to do that. I've done this for other people, but I will only go so far. And then my time starts becoming an issue. Time is a very valuable commodity. So all I'm trying to bring to light is, there's just nothing that replaces being able to go to a store, a guitar store, and actually playing the guitar. If you're a parent trying to get a guitar, I strongly urge you to find somebody that plays guitar, take them with you, talk to somebody that plays a guitar, or at least buy something from a very reputable vendor that's been around a while, that the reviews aren't all over the place. You still don't have to go in debt. That Fender Squire is still, at last I checked, $119. You can buy a half-size carbon fiber Indian for under $80. The 3/4 size is somewhere in the $100 to $150 range. This Yamaha Student Edition is below $150. And it plays great. It's something anybody could learn on. Now, let me tell you, I had a guitar that was bought at a Western Auto. Many of y'all aren't even going to remember what a Western Auto was. The very first one my mother got me, and I was so grateful she got it. But the action on it was horrendous. I wanted to play, though. I wasn't one of these iffy kids that might or might. I'm going to see if I want. I wanted to play the guitar. I played that guitar until I saved up and bought my first Epiphone. So I don't want to send a young person down a path on something where they're frustrated right off the bat. Now, I realize I could jump to a perspective and go, well, by gosh, I had to go through a bad guitar. Okay, but I'm not going to do that to somebody that's already playing that was trying to get an electric guitar. So, yes, you can go down a rabbit hole. Yes, you can even buy from a reputable guitar maker, and you could get one that's not set up right, but your chances of being able to get it set up right, to me, are far greater than what you're going to get out of somebody that is pretty much handling nothing but the budget guitar market. And there's a difference, because even though a lot of those guitars can be modded, when I say modded, that means change the pickups out, change the tuners, do things to make it a parts better guitar. Part of what you're paying for is when they finish making the guitar, somebody adjusts the strings at a better reputable place, sets a truss rod action, gets it to where it's playable. Now that's going to be impacted by how long it sits, travel, humidity, dryness, all kinds of stuff. But be very careful. And you notice I didn't name names. I'm just telling you, be careful. Be careful. The $60 you spend on a budget guitar, you might get lucky and get a great one, or you might immediately have to add $50 to get it set up, or you might add $50 to get it set up and be told, I'm sorry, there was nothing I could do. I'm just telling you, money's tight for everybody. It's real easy to tell somebody to buy a little better something and spend a little more money. If you have more money than they do, and so I'm just telling you to be careful. If you do get that guitar for your child, that's all you could do. Tell them to start saving. Hey, use it to make chords. Just strum the chords and learn the chords. Do the best you can. But the holidays are upon us. We've just gone through the one of the biggest marketing days of the year. And if you got one of those and you have no idea if it's playable or not, you bought it for your child, well, that's okay. But just talk with them, watch how they react, and then let them know you can still learn to make chords. This can still be a great thing for you. Find that silver, the silver lining. And I just wanted to put this out because I've been trying to help people that want to buy a guitar, buy one for a loved one or a friend or themselves. So I hope your guitar journey is blessed, and most of all, and I mean it, happy picking.